what's up, guys, and welcome back to Incredibles Part 2. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be my review is going to be about Incredibles 1 and Incredibles 2. Now, first, I want to do Incredibles 1 because obviously that's the first movie. I'm going to do it in order. So that way you can understand. So the first thing I want to talk about in Incredibles 1 is I don't know why I'm blinking my eyes so much. But anyway, my first scene I'm going to talk about is the Omnidroid scene in Crashing the City. Now, usually it crashes the city, but the Parr family are there's 5 members of the Parr family. There's Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl and Dash and Violet and Jack and their friend Frozone. So, by the way, I have the toys for all the Parr family. So, here is Elastigirl, Jack, oops, Mr. Incredible, Violet, and last but not least, we have Dash. So here's all the Parr family, and we have their friend Frozone. And another thing that I want to tell you is, that the city got crashed by the Omnidroid. But then the city tried to stop it. But first of all, it ran to a bar, it crashed the cars, the buildings, and everything else. But then it fell to the ocean and broke up in lava, fire, smoke. I don't know. Maybe it was steam, maybe it was mist. I don't know. But yeah, I have seen both movies from the real movie. Now, a next scene that I also want to tell you about Incredibles 1, that there was actually another Omnidroid scene where Mr. Incredible decided to let the because in a lava cave, Mr. Incredible has to push all the arms and strength as muscles because it's powered to be strong. Because Mr. Incredible's power is to be strong, Elastigirl's power is to stretch and twist and bend into any shape. Violet can generate force fields and turn invisible. Dash has super speed, but only little Jack didn't seem to have any powers. So that is why, I don't want to keep blinking my eyes. But then Mr. Incredible charged the Omnidroid to defeat itself. It went like this, and then it took a robot, and then it fell down. So that's how it defeated the Omnidroid. Is it still okay? It looks like the camera is still recording. And I also want to let you know, won't be disappointed because, what else? And Syndrome. Now, a boy named Incrediboy was a boy in the beginning, but then he turned into a villain. He was all grown up. He turned into a villain called Syndrome. By the way, Syndrome's the bad guy in the movie. He wants to try to stop the supers from being superheroes and lock lock them up so that people can think that those heroes are actually bad guys, and he is actually the real hero. So Syndrome wants to do that, but no, Syndrome is the bad guy, and the Parr family is the good guys. And by the way, Frozone always joins in the fight with them. Because Frozone's power is to shoot ice. Because if he sees someone who's trying to defeat someone else, he freezes him up. But with ice like this. Yep, that's how it does it. And now, since we already finished Incredibles 1, now it's time to talk about Incredibles 2. Okay, moving to Incredibles 2. Here's Incredibles 1. Now we're moving to Incredibles 2. Now, Incredibles 2, in the beginning, they had to stop the Underminer. So, this is Mr. Incredible. They had to stop the Underminer. And then he went with a tunneler. He was trying to dig in the bank. He was trying to steal people's money so that he can make money and think that he owns all that money. He's trying to steal, but luckily I don't know if he goes to jail but I've seen the whole movie. Like the first time I watched it. Now, funny thing, guys, the last home that I was in, and by the way, my first video, like my very first video that I ever recorded on my channel was like Paper Planets. Like, yeah, that's a Paper Planet video, and actually that was in our old house. And that's when I've seen my first Incredibles movie. Now, the funny thing is that I shouldn't have watched Incredibles 1 first, but instead I end up watching Incredibles 2 before I seen Incredibles 1. And like, hopefully those superheroes bash bad guys all up. But after they fight, the police thought they would thank them, and the judge think they thank them, but instead the police and judges made supers illegal. But then Frozone met a businessman named Winston DeVere. He was rich because he had a lot of money. And he was a businessman who loved superheroes. And he did not like that superheroes were illegal. So he decided to get a meeting with the supers and make all of them legal again. Because he wants to make supers legal again. Because the city needs supers. Because like I said, Winston DeVere, which is his name, loves superheroes. And he also has a sister named Evelyn DeVere, and she is a bad guy. She's actually the normal bad guy because Elastigirl caught the wrong person because the wrong person had been controlled by the screensaver, but he thought he was the real screensaver. But he was being controlled by the screensaver. Instead, the real screensaver was Evelyn. Okay, good thing it's still recording. And then, Evelyn is the bad guy because she wants to make sure that she wants to destroy her brother's idea, and her brother is Winston DeVere. He wants to destroy his idea and make sure that supers were illegal forever. And, oh, please don't